The Krogans are a species of large reptilian bipeds native to the planet Tuchanka, a world known for its harsh environments, scarce resources, and an overabundance of vicious predators. The Krogan managed to not only survive on their unforgiving homeworld, but actually thrived in the extreme conditions. Unfortunately, as Krogan society became more technologically advanced, so did their weaponry. The end result is that they destroyed their homeworld in a nuclear war that reduced their race into primitive warring tribes. With the help of the Solarians, the Krogans were uplifted into galactic society, and lent their numbers and military prowess to bring an end to the Rachni Wars. Ironically, after the Rachni were eradicated, the rapidly expanding Krogan became a threat to the galaxy in turn, starting the Krogan Rebellion and forcing the Turians to unleash the genophage. This genetic infection dramatically reduced fertility in Krogan females, causing a severe drop in birth, secondary to prenatal and postnatal death, and ultimately population, eliminating the Krogan numerical advantage. This is 10 facts about the life and lore of the Krogans in Mass Effect. Fact 1. Conception and inspiration for the Krogans. Matt Rhodes, the Mass Effect Associate Art Director, said that the inspiration for the Krogans came from bats. According to the art of the Mass Effect universe, Bioware based ancient Krogan architecture on the work of Frank Lloyd Wright, who amongst other things created New York's Guggenheim Museum. Fact 2. Backstory and history, and the Krogans have quite a detailed one. They are characterized as being violent, warlike, and not particularly intelligent, although they progressed far enough technologically to have their own atomic age, but they did not obtain space travel on their own. They were given the gift of interstellar technology by the scientifically inclined Solarians in order to fight a war. However, once liberated from the bounds of their own planet, they began a campaign of aggressive expansion and experienced a population boom. To end this so-called Krogan's rebellion, the Solarians released a biological weapon known as the genophage, the effects of which are still reverberating some 1,000 years later. The genophage is a virus which infected the Krogan's genetic code, leading to near infertility. Only 1 in 1,000 Krogan infants are born alive. This was meant not to be completely exterminate to the species, but to stabilize their population and prevent more population expansions. This means that in order to maintain their current population, the average female Krogan can be expected to undergo somewhat more than 2,000 stillbirths. However, eventually things changed for the Krogans as they grew more technologically sophisticated. They improved their infant birth mortality rates, changing their life history pattern. But this new and improved survivorship was unsustainable. They used up the resources of their homeworld. Eventually, atomic wars broke out, decimating the population and reducing the planet to a nuclear wasteland. But the Krogan survived to do it again, and maybe even again after that. The long cycle of boom and bust continued on the Krogan homeworld before the Solarians came along and gave them the capacity to move to other worlds. Fact 3. Appearance and biology. Krogans have wide eyes, suggestive of a prey species. It does also give them 240-degree vision as well. The Krogans have their own unique biological traits along with that. Their large shoulder humps store fluids and nutrients, enabling them to survive extended periods without food or water. They are highly resistant to environmental hazards, including toxins, radiations, and extreme heat and cold. The most amazing physiological feature of Krogan biology is the multiple instances of major organs. These secondary and sometimes tertiary systems are capable of serving as backups in the event of damage to the primary biological structures. They have, for example, 2 hearts, 4 lungs, and 4 testicles. Fact 4. Culture. Most Krogans trust and serve no one but themselves. This solitary attitude stems part from a deep sense of fatalism and futility, a profound social effect of the genophage that caused Krogan numbers to dwindle to a relative handful. Not only are they angry that the entire galaxy seems out to get them, the Krogan are also generally pessimistic about their race's chances of survival. The surviving Krogan see no point to building for the future, as there will be no future. The Krogan live with a generally violent and short-sighted attitude of personal gain. Fact 5. Clans. Female Krogan rarely leave their homeworlds, focusing on breeding in an attempt to keep Krogan numbers from declining too quickly. The few remaining fertile females who carry young to term are treated as prizes of war, to be seized, bartered, or fought over. Recently it has been noted that the females of the Krogan species live in clans separate from that of other males. Krogans are divided into numerous clans. Membership of a clan allows a Krogan to own property, join the army, and supply to serve under a battle master. Young Krogan undergo a rite of passage that overseen by a shaman, respective to the clan the Krogan wishes to join. There are 17 known Krogan clans. Fact 6. Rites and religion. Krogan are not shown to have strong religious beliefs. The closest they come is to establish ritualistic burial grounds called the Hollows, where the skulls of their ancestors are displayed to remind them of where they all came from and where they will all go. The Hollows are as sacred as many Krogan places can be, and violence there is forbidden. The Krogan have at least two ways of formally dealing with their dead. Suicides are left for scavengers to feed upon. Another is via funeral pyre, where the shaman eulogizes the dead and symbologically consigns it to the void. Krogan tradition is steeped in ritual. When a Krogan is born, he suffers the rite of life. When he comes of age, he undergoes the rite of passage. If he wishes to be considered for breeding, he must take the rite of honor. When facing a new enemy, the rite of first is invoked. Position of power also bear the responsibility of more rites, like being clan leader or a shaman. Fact 7. Language. Little is known about the Krogan language except for a few non-translated terms. Some terms are specific to certain Krogan clans, such as Aralak, which was taken from the clan Reef. Known Krogan words are Aralak, which means Eye of Wrath, Karbal, which means roughly victory or death, Krant, which means a warrior's most trusted allies, Ruzad, which means judge. Krogan names are composed of two parts as well, a clan name followed by a given name. At birth, Krogan are identified by their given name only. A clan name is bestowed after Krogan complete the rite of passage of the clan they wish to join. Fact 8. Government. After their defeat in the rebellions, the very concept of Krogan leadership was discredited. Where a warlord could once command enough power to bring an entire solar system to heel and become overlord, these days it is rare for a single leader to have more than 1,000 warriors swear allegiance to him. It is speculated that their instinctive aggression and territorial nature prevent the Krogan from forming any kind of centralized government or parliament that is not based on fear or obedience. Fact 9. Military. Traditional Krogan tactics were built on the attrition mass unit warfare. Equipped with cheap, rugged gear, troop formations were powerful but inflexible. Command and control was very centralized. Soldiers in the field who saw a target contacted their commanders behind the lines to arrange fire support. Since the Genophage, the Krogan can no longer afford the casualties of the old Horde attacks. The Battlemasters are a match for any 10 soldiers of another species. To a Battlemaster, killing is a science. They focus on developing clean, brute force economy of motion that exploits their brutal strength to incapacitate enemies with a swift single blow of overwhelming power. This change of focus from mass unit warfare to maximal efficiency has increased employment demand in the fields of security and muscle for hire. Due to the unsavory reputation of the Krogan, most of these jobs are on the far side of the law. Fact 10. Krogan worlds. There are 5 current known Krogan worlds. Tuchanka, the home world scarred by bombardment craters, radioactive rubble, choking ash, salt flats, and alkaline seas. Tuchanka, the Krogan homeworld, can barely support life. Garvug, a small frozen rocky world with a small belt of farm area. Gelix, an uninhabitable amino acid based world given to the Krogan. Gambit, a small Krogan colony planet now inhabited by Solarians. And Rill. Rill is notable for its near-miss climate. Punishing heat and thin toxic methane and ethane atmosphere, its surface is dotted with Krogan and Varcha habitats, eking out a meager living off the planet's tin and copper deposits. Well guys, that's 10 Krogan facts that cover everything about the race. Hopefully there was something in there that you did not know already. I want to thank all of you for watching, and I'll be back again soon with more Mass Effect lore and other videos. If you want to keep up to date with my latest releases, click on the subscribe button now on screen if you haven't done so yet, or click the link to my previous video to keep up to date with all my latest content, including console mods, guides, and news every single day. Turn on notifications, the little bell thing next to the subscribe button as well, to get notified of my latest videos as soon as they come out. You can also follow me on Twitter as well. With all that being said guys, until next time, stay awesome, and I will see you all in the next video. See you.